What is up? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a nice snowy morning and I'm going to take this dually out to the farm here and I'm going to start doing all the paint work on it. So I pretty much just got to paint the fenders, front fenders on this thing, and I think I'm going to replace this door because it's got a pretty good crinkle in it. And then the rear door has a little ding which I should be able to fix pretty easily, and the box I don't think needs to be painted for now. But just going to fire this thing up. I got to unhook the trailer and then we'll head out. And of course it snowed out a whole bunch of this nice sloppy roads probably today, but anyways, let's fire this thing up. It's only about, I don't know, probably like -5 out, not too cold out today, but let this thing warm up for a bit and then we'll get this thing on hook and load up a few things and we'll head out to the farm. Okay, so I got slightly sidetracked. I was watching the auction when it was warming up this morning here, and ended up buying a truck at the auction. So this thing's a 2022 Chevy Silverado 1500, and I was actually originally kind of thinking for parts to fix another one, but this thing is in pretty good shape. It didn't really wreck too much on the front here, just like the headlights were probably fine because they didn't wreck the fenders or anything. One little ding in this hood here. And then obviously the front bumper must have been dented, and then it just kind of barely touched this radiator support. So all this radiator support in the front fender and the hood is all fine except for this little ding right here and right here, which is pretty minor. And then on this side I think it's all good except for on the rear where it got rear-ended there. They have all these marks on here, but there's no damage or dings or anything on where it's circled, so I'm not really sure. Oh, maybe it's just a tiny little rock chip. Yeah, maybe. It did, so I'll show you in the back here first. It did get rear-ended, mostly on this side, and then the frame is kind of kinked up here. I don't know if you can see that right there. You can see it. It's kinked up pretty good. So I'll probably just buy a new frame for this truck. Probably just fix it, and then I think the box side, I can just change the complete inner and outer skin again, just like I did on the other truck. And then it did just tap the cap here a little bit, so I will have to paint this back part. It should be enough that I shouldn't have to change that, just to be able to pull that out. You know, on the inside it's actually pretty nice. It's got leather seats, just a flip up center console, but heated seats, you know, and no airbags went off, and just locked the seat belts up. So I don't know why exactly. I guess it didn't get hit very fun. I bet you it just got rear-ended and they drove into the front of another truck, in front of another truck there. But they didn't give me any parts except for it came with the grill, and the grill looks fine, and same with that front fascia, but they didn't give me the bumper, the rear bumper, which was probably no good anyways, and then the tailgates here and the shutter, which is damaged, but I don't know how that would be damaged if the grill was fine. So I'm not really, it doesn't really make any sense unless the grill's new. I don't know. So I'm missing the front bumper and the headlights, which were probably not too bad. The bumper obviously must have had a dent in it, but, and then it did. The battery was actually just disconnected, so I just put the battery back on here, and this thing only has, it's got 32,000 K, and it's a 5.3 liter, and there's no engine lights. Oh, there's an engine light on, sorry. And then the service safety restraint, so it's probably just from something being disconnected, and then obviously from the seat belts being locked up is why the airbags are on, airbag lights on. So anyways, I'm gonna unload this thing, wash it up I guess quick, and then tomorrow I'll head to the farm and I'll start working on that for doing the paint on it. Alright, so it's the next day here and I got it all washed up yesterday and it looks pretty darn good. All the little spots that were circled seemed to just come off, and I think it was actually just tree sap on a couple of spots. I don't know why they had it circled, but anyways, for the most part, this thing's in excellent shape. It's unfortunate that it didn't come with the front headlights or the factory rims, because it's just got steelies on here. But for the most part, everything else is intact, and at least none of the airbags were deployed. So just I'll have to get the seatbelts fixed and the airbag control module. And then pretty much for the cab, I just have this dent in the back of the cab here, and then I'll have to change this complete side, and obviously the hitch and the frame are damaged. So I'm probably just going to change the frame on this truck because everything on the front radiator support is all good, and it didn't really have much damage up here. So obviously it got hit a little bit on the front here, but I don't have the front bumper, so I'm not really sure the extent of the damage. But it didn't really, like, it's not like the front horns were crushed or anything. It just pretty much this flat tab was bent back, so couldn't have got hit that hard. And obviously it didn't even pop the airbags. Did put a little dent in the hood from something, but it's really weird that the front grille has no damage, and then the shutter has damage. So anyways, I'll get some parts coming for this thing. I'll probably order a frame up here. I did, before I go to the farmer this morning, I did get a new case for this High Country Duramax. So I got a brand new transmission case here. So I just wanted to get his pull this transmission off this morning here, and then I was going to drop this off at a transmission guy here. He does all kinds of GM training, so he should be able to, he said he could swap it all over for me, and he knows what he's doing, so I'd rather have him do it than me and try to do it. But because this thing is pretty much just waiting on the motor to go back in. I guess I got to change the radiator support before the motor goes back in, but I'll do that, probably change the radiator support this week after I drop that motor off there. And then got a couple other projects. So this is the 21. Still got to do a little bit of work on this one. The 24 here. On this last video I got the cab all swapped, so this one's all coming together pretty quick. This 16 that I was working on a little while ago, it's kind of coming together. And then I got this Trail Boss here. I finally got this last little piece in for the radiator support, so I could change out or put this little side brace in here on the radiator support, and then I can paint that up, and then I can start putting like the radiator in there and all the other stuff. And I think I just need to paint the front bumper, the fascia, the fender, and the door on this. But might as well get that all welded in and painted up first. But anyways, let's start pulling this transmission apart here quick this morning, and then I can drop this transmission off and he can start working on it and getting this all swapped over. And then I also have to change the backing plate on this motor here. I got a brand new one that's in the box right here, I think. And this one has a crack, but it doesn't look too bad to change. Just the one seal on behind the flywheel there, and then I have all new seals for the transmission and new flywheel bolts and everything. So I just need to pull this exhaust off and a few other things, and then we can kind of get a better look at back. Okay, so I got the transmission removed from the back of the engine here, and kind of just put a ratchet strap to hold the torque converter back in. And I'm just going to the guy's home this morning, so I'm going to go load this up in the truck, and on the way to the farm I'm going to just drop this stuff off, and then he can get working on it and take a look at it, because I think he said he should be able to do it and it shouldn't be too much of a problem, especially since like everything in here should be good, and I got all the new seals. So hopefully he can just get it done in about a week or two, and by that time we'll have the radiator support on that truck all changed. And then I'll have to fix a few things on this motor, like change this this backing plate here. This is the one I was talking about, because it did crack a little bit on it, and I'm going to want to obviously inspect this flywheel because it needs to come off, and I'll change the rear main seal while I'm there. And everything else does look good on this motor so far, but once I get it lifted up here, I can check out everything, make sure it's all good. And then obviously I have a new front fan for the front here, new fan clutch. And then I just went ahead and changed or got a new pulley for it too, because this one got a little bit damaged. So I didn't want to, sure the pulley would have been okay, but you don't want to do all that work and then this bearing goes in that pulley there. So anyways, let's get this thing loaded up and we'll head that way. All right, so I dropped that transmission on the way to the farm here and I just got it all washed up before lunch and just drying off here. I'm ready to pull, gonna start by pulling the box off here first, the running boards off here. These wheel liners need to come out, the front fascia, the headlights, front bumper, and this hood I guess needs to come off too. And then I'll pull all the 4 doors off, but I want to get all the stuff on the hoist first, pulled apart, and then we'll back it up. And I might as well strip the guts out, like the guts and everything I need out of the doors. And then all 4 doors can come off and I can start prepping the whole sides of the truck here, because I want to paint both sides with the front fenders. And then I'm probably going to actually paint all 4 doors, because this door is good, but it has a couple scratches in here. Plus it's not going to, if you paint that white, it's not going to match up with this. Last time the white usually doesn't match up very good, so probably going to paint, or at least blend into this door. I may just paint, might even just paint this door too, I'm not sure, because I'm going to be painting the back of this too, because it's got a little ding right here, which actually I bet you as soon as I pull that inside piece out, I bet you that'll just pop right out of here. It just kind of looks like, I don't know what that's from, but it's not really creased at all. It's right perfectly on that. Anyways, I'll pull the box off and everything and the interior piece out of there so I can take a look at that. There's just a couple little dings in the rocker panel here, like one little ding here, a little couple of dings I'm going to fix there. And as for the fenders and everything, they're all good. And just a little bit of putty I'm going to need to do, but for the most part, it's pretty clean. So anyways, let's get this all pulled apart here and then we'll start doing a little bit of prep. Okay, so it's the next day here, and yesterday I got the hood taken off and I ended up stripping all 4 doors off of here and started working on a little bit of the body work. So I got pretty much everything wrapped up. I mean, it was pretty minor, just had a couple little dings and also this little ding at the back of the cab here. So I had to just stud gun it in a couple spots and then a little bit of spot putty, and then I just put some high build primer on here about an hour ago. So I just got the heat gun on it, and then a couple little spots here. There was just a tiny little ding, just from people getting in and out. I think he must have dented it with his foot or something, I'm not sure. And then right here was all scratched up, so I'm gonna probably sand most of that off. And then on these new front fenders, there was just a tiny little spot right here that I had to fix, and then just a couple little scratches. And then on this side, same thing, there's just a couple little dings, some scratches, tiny little spots that I just put a little bit of high build primer over. But for the most part, it's pretty much ready to go into the paint booth. And while it's drying there, I'm gonna start masking everything off, getting it all sanded down, and then hopefully get this thing all primed and painted tonight. It's about noon now, so hopefully if I hurry up, probably about 2 hours for this stuff to dry real good, and then I can wet sand it all out. But if I was thinking I can probably scuff everything else, get all the masking paper on, then just do a little bit of wet sanding, and then it should be ready to prime the whole thing. So I'm just gonna fire this up and we'll back it out of here and stick it into the paint booth. Alrighty, so I got the base coat laid down here, and I went ahead and also sprayed like a sealer first, and then I sprayed rock art on the factory spot here because I kind of messed it all up when I was sanding it down and fixing a few things on the bottom there, but it turned out pretty awesome, I think. And looks just like factory. So this is just base coat still. I haven't clear coated it yet. Everywhere looks really awesome, and it's like somehow really shiny, but on this side it's everything looks awesome except for I don't know what the heck I was doing here, but got a run in the base coat. So I'm gonna have to let that sit overnight here. It's like already like 1:30 in the morning, so I'll come back tomorrow. I gotta get something in the morning, but tomorrow afternoon I got 24 hours to clear coat this, so I'll just touch up any little spots. Everywhere else looks awesome. I don't know what the heck I was doing right here that I made that run, but that's why you should just go home and paint it the next day probably. But then I just gotta pretty much peel off the stickers or the covers over these stickers here, and then this whole thing can be clear coated. So I don't think I'll even need to do I'll probably do it since it's dried anyways tomorrow, like do 800 to 1000 grit, but it looks so super clean. So anyways, I will and I also got to grab some more paint. I had just enough paint, but now that I had to fix that and paint over it, I'm gonna not have enough paint. So we'll grab a bit of paint in the morning, and then we'll come back and clear coat this, and then prep a little bit on the doors because I got to paint the 4 doors and the front fascia for this, and then that's all the painting for it. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Alright, so it's the next day here, and I went ahead and already sanded out my runs that I got up on the top here. So it was definitely worth it just to wait to the next day and then sand these out, because it would have looked terrible once I clear coated over top of that. And every time you open the door, you just see this just mess that I had going on there. It wasn't too bad, but definitely was just only took me 5 minutes to sand that out. And the rest of the panels are super clean. So what I'm going to do is just spray 1 coat of base coat over the spots that I sanded down, pretty much just right there. And there's like one other little spot around, and then 1 spot on that side. And I went and picked up a brand new can of some base coat here, and I feel like I got totally ripped off because they charged me 700 bucks for this can of white. So I'm pretty sure last time I bought it was only 400 bucks for a gallon of white, but I don't know, it wasn't that long ago. But anyways, I'll throw some base coat down here, and then we can do the 2 to 3 coats of a clear coat. Alrighty, so I got it all slicked in here, and it's looking pretty wicked. So let's check out this. It's just flat as a pancake, and I already went ahead and unwrapped it all because I was having some problems with this new paper that I got. When the paint dried on it, it would, like the next day it would like flake off like crazy. So I thought I had it backwards, but I guess I didn't, so I'm not sure what's up with that new stuff. But just to be careful, I pulled it all off real nicely here after I let it sit for about an hour. So I'll let it sit overnight here, and then we can back this thing out and start reassembling it. And I'm gonna throw the doors in the paint booth here. I have that one little dent to fix, and then 1 brand new door, and then just pretty much blend the other 2 doors to match everything else, because this is gonna look, obviously it would look a little bit off if I didn't quite, because this rear driver's door is perfectly fine, and the front door is good just with 1 scratch in it, but I'm just gonna paint both, and then I don't have to worry about having any problems with like the color being off a little bit. But anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Make sure you tune in for the next one. We'll get the doors finished and get this thing all back together and finish straight up. So thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one. Peace.